too much of my time. But like I said, I was saying that they should add the Baroque system from Tatsunoko vs. Capcom in Marvel vs. Capcom, or at least experiment with it. I was saying that 2v2 Street Fighter game would be awesome. I think I would love, Snake Eyes, I think Snake Eyes would love a game like that. A 2v2 fighting game with Street Fighter characters only, where, even if it was just Capcom characters only, like, that would be cool to see a Capcom only fighter, you know what I mean? That way they don't have to wait for licensing and all this stuff from other companies. They have such amazing characters. Zangief with a fireball assist, that seems like a lot of fun, you know what I mean? Like a 2v2 fighting game where you could call it assist. Like, you call Ken's assist and he does the hard kick, spin kick from Street Fighter 5. He comes in, he goes, fight that through, and like, if they do that, the Raw, I could super them. You know what I'm saying? Which is the right thing to do. If you guys don't know, in Marvel vs. Capcom, a lot of players get stuck and they're like, dude, I can't do anything. He does a special move, I block it, then he brings his assist, and then he does it all over again. I have to block it, the whole repetition. I gotta block it all over again, right? And you get what I'm saying? But the counter to that, a lot of players don't even know is like, at least most supers, like if what I like to do with Cable Juggernaut is throw, keep him at bay with the projectiles, with his plasma gun and all that, right? Keep him at bay with that. Obviously, they can counter me with super if they're good enough as well. But I'm mixing it up so much, it's kind of hard to anticipate as well. But, that's what all the high-level players already know that. If you don't know, that's what you should be doing. You know what I'm saying? But, and then I called Juggernaut Punch, right? But if he supers me when I do Juggernaut Punch, I lost my assist right there. My assist is almost gone now. Now, if Juggernaut comes back in, he's at 20, 30, 40% health. And he's basically already almost lost. And now he doesn't have the third assist, basically. You know what I'm saying? Now he's down to 2 characters instead of 1. And, now I got to be very careful because now he's not that good. As an independent character without assists, I don't think he's that good. You know what I'm saying? And I know a lot of fake high-level players are like, oh, let me just write these notes down, and, when I play a high-level player, these high-level players are amazing, man. I know that because I'm one of them. They're amazing. I've played amazing competition, over the years, and I'm not going to deny, I know there's a lot of amazing players out there. I know I'm one of the best for sure, but like I said, I was giving my opinion. Hopefully, basically, I'm just... That's my dream fighting game. I love the graphics of Tatsunoko vs. Capcom. I love the art style of Third Strike. It would be the art style of Third Strike, but with the graphics of Tatsunoko vs. Capcom. I felt like Tatsunoko vs. Capcom had way better frame rates than any of the newer games, or games around that era, like Street Fighter 4 or Street Fighter 5. And even though I really didn't know a lot of the characters from the Japanese animes, the only one I knew was Kara's, which is a very good anime. But like I said, I would, in a nutshell, Universal Overhead does crush counter. That way you have easier combo possibilities. Every unique overhead does crush counter. Keep the crush counter close instead of pushing them so far away like you did in Street Fighter 5. On hit only, players could do what E Honda was doing in Super Turbo with standing medium kick and standing hard kick and standing medium kick, where if you press it twice back to back, it could combo into itself. I feel like Street Fighter needs that. I know similar combo possibilities, were already in the game, like target combos with Ken. I'm not saying it has to be medium punch. I'm saying it could go medium punch, hard punch. I think on hit, with the exception of, if I do crouching medium kick and it hits, as a high-level player, I have to capitalize into super or special move in that specific situation Otherwise, I lose my opportunity. But if I'm able to, on hit, if crouching medium kick hits, only on hit, not on block, on hit only. On hit, if I'm able to just press crouching medium kick again and get additional time to land special moves or supers, whether it's standing medium punch, crouching medium punch, standing hard punch, crouching hard punch, standing hard kick, standing hard kick. In Cross Tekken, they had that. Like if I pressed crouching hard kick twice, like only within the target combo, obviously, but it would like auto combo and do a pop up. I'm saying that it would not do a pop up though. You know what I'm saying? I want them to stay on the ground. So like I'm basically, what else did I say? Oh, grapplers no longer can grab you on block. They have to be good enough to combo standing medium punch into. Obviously, it would be way easier to do than 360. It would be quarter circle forward. In fact, I think all the special moves, even Fei Long's, should be forward, down, forward, down, forward. The reason I say that is because when it's back, down, back, this is why I think Fei Long is one of the best characters in Super Turbo, is because his flame uppercut, which is actually pretty fucking good, maybe not as good as like Ryu and Ken, but it's pretty fucking close. The reason I say that is because back is standing block, and down back is crouching block, and then back again is block. So in a way, he's able to kind of play defense at the same time he's kind of buffering one of his best moves. So and he has amazing anti-air normals and probably the best overhead in the entire game. In Super Turbo, I'm talking about here. The reason I say that is because I hate to change the game like that, but I feel like it forces him to be more correct, and it forces him to be a better player. He can't just kind of try to buffer his best move. Now he has to risk defensively. Whether he's going to capitalize on offense or not. He risks all his defense because forward or down forward cannot do defense for you. And this is why I think Zangief's command grab should be down forward. I've played with tons of beginner players, and they can all do the down forward move. They could all do those quarter circle moves. So what I mean by that is, if you're blocking and Zangief tries to command grab you, it's going to hit like any other special move. But if it does hit, it does the command grab that we all know and love. And some of us even hate, especially in Super Turbo. In fact, I was the only player that figured out how to escape that when players were thinking that was an inescapable grab. In fact, I was the only high-level player that figured out a way out of that. When you guys thought it was a glitch and you could not escape it. So basically, all the high-level players were saying, oh, there's nothing you could do. Yeah, there is. You get hit on purpose. And I know it sounds stupid, but I'd rather get hit on purpose by a crouching light kick, standing light kick, crouching jab than get caught with 60% of my health from a super or a 360 that he just landed that took 30% of my health. When a crouching light kick, crouching jab 3 or 4 times is only going to do what? 5, 10%? 10% maybe? At best? 5% at best? So explain to me which one is better. I know it sounds stupid to get hit on purpose, but if it's better than losing 30% of your health, why not? So basically, what was I going to say? That's another thing I would change. I'm trying to be brief because I thought it was recording me. It kicked me offline, so I'm sorry about that. Universal overhead would do crush count. I said that already. The combo system of Street Fighter 4 is the best combo system fighting games ever had. In fact, Guilty Gear now has basically the same combo system that Street Fighter 4 originally introduced to the fighting game community. So that's what I do love about Capcom. What a lot of people don't understand is Capcom always innovates. and then all these other companies imitate. So all you Mortal Kombat 11 fans and oh my God, we love Mortal Kombat 9, we love Mortal Kombat 10, we love 11. Oh my God, we're guess what? They imitated Street Fighter 4's Ultra system, which allowed on hit and even on block, obviously, but on hit to have a special animation that does not change the core gameplay. It does not change the time on the clock. Obviously it changes the time on the clock, but I think it does. I never really paid attention to that. I'm too busy winning. But what I mean by that is that Capcom, this is why, I understand this because I'm a longtime fighting game fanatic. I understand that Capcom is always the innovator. And it upsets me to go try to find matches in ranked in Street Fighter 6 and nobody's playing it. And if they just listen to me, they have been listening to me. And shout out to all the developers that actually listen to me and actually try to understand why I'm saying what I'm saying. I say it out of love because I'm such a fan. And I want everyone to keep playing it. I want even the beginner players to feel that they can evolve and get better as players and win tournaments in the near future, like I should have been doing. I should have been going for mine and winning these events as well, and I still want to, and I know I'm still going to, you know what I'm saying? Characters like who I see, like Makoto, Q, 12, in Third Strike, crouching light kick, standing light kick, especially crouching light kick. They cannot do crouching light kick, crouching jab, crouching light kick into super. Chun-Li cannot do it. This is unacceptable, in my opinion. This is unacceptable. I understand why they kind of do it for the grapplers, but I think it makes it unfair because now as Hugo, I have to capitalize on, landing my jab into itself into super. I don't even think that combos. I think it does though. I'm not too much of a Hugo player, but crouching light kick does not combo into crouching jab into crouching light kick. With Hugo, with all these characters I mentioned, I know there's more. I believe Ibuki is another one of them. I know I'm probably missing some. Elena is another one. The reason I say that is because, especially in high-level Third Strike, those combos are essential in winning at the highest level in Third Strike. I know this because I was a Third Strike god. And I still am a god in Street Fighter and all these other fighting games, but particularly my obsession started with hyper fighting when it was, even in GGPO I was playing before that. When it was on hyper fighting, I became obsessed with Street Fighter all over again. And I had to prove that I could beat the top 10 players and beat all the best players in the world, which I did. But, in Ultra Street Fighter, HD Remix, again, I was like, okay, I got to prove it in this now, and I did. Third Strike, I was like, this is my favorite one. I have to prove it in this one, and I did. You know what I'm saying? And I've been continued to do it over and over again. But the point I'm trying to make is that all these other players, you know what I'm saying? I'm not taking anything away from any of them. I know there's a lot of talented players out there. I know where my talent is at. This is knowledge that I've been known about, and I taught myself, and I practice all this stuff to get better. So these are things that I feel hold the game back from its true potential. I feel like Elena should be able to forward medium kick, forward hard kick, and stun the opponent long enough with her overhead, her unique overhead, that she could combo into her uppercut or combo into crouching medium punch, which looks like a kick even though it's a medium punch, into spinning beat, the quarter circle back EX. And I love the combos that Elena had in Third Strike. I love those combos. I feel like she should have that all the time. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I feel like you gained your meter, you want to waste it all and be flashy and show your opponent you're not fucking around. That's part of what makes fighting games dope. I just don't like when there's infinites in the game. Both players want to play, and landing one correct opportunity should not be a game-winning situation. Like, you should have to prove over the test of time that you were able to outplay your opponent convincingly, successfully, consecutively. Like, not just, oh, I land one infinite and I beat my opponent and now everyone thinks I'm the best. Like, no, it should be a true test of talent. In games like Marvel, I kind of understand, but goddamn, I don't agree with infinites. I agree with, like, if they add the Baroque system from Tatsunoko vs. Capcom and Marvel vs. Capcom, where you have to utilize your meter for continuing your combos or for doing supers, you have to make the decision as a player. He only has 5-10% health left. I don't have a full meter right now. I could only waste half my meter and get the win, and then for the next round, I have half my meter still there, and I almost have another super again. Or am I going to, there's a lot of possibility there. You might be able to do overhead into Baroque, into call my assist out before they're able to do anything and try and pressure them again. Or overhead Baroque, and then, be able to call my assist out, and now he's like, okay, now he got to deal with some more shit. I'm cool with that. I'm cool with being able to keep the combo going, or I feel like if they Baroque at the wrong time, I think it should, similar to Street Fighter 6, it should be something that only keeps the pressure, the combo going, not the pressure going. Because I think that's what ruins Street Fighter and Marvel vs. Capcom a little bit. Don't allow them to keep the pressure going. Obviously, with assist, you could keep the pressure going. That's cool. I'm cool with that. But I'm not cool with a player, basically over and over again, using their meter and being wrong. They should have to use their meter and be right. So, if they're wrong, they're wrong. They try to use the Baroque system at the wrong time and keep the combo going, and they make a mistake, I could interrupt that. Just like I feel like, even though it's not possible in every situation, in Street Fighter 6, I should be able to interrupt Drive Rush because I feel like a lot of players are winning that don't even deserve to win because of Drive Rush. If it was a traditional Street Fighter 5 style, without the Drive Rush system and the stamina system, a lot of these players would not be winning right now. You know what I'm saying? I feel like what makes fighting games fun is players are capitalizing correctly on offensive momentum. That's all fighting games are about. Understanding your opponent, picking apart their weakness, and capitalizing on that weakness that you've discovered. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of what's the word I'm looking for? That you're basically conditioning your opponent. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of conditioning going on. My opponent has seen me do, dash up and try to grab him 4 times already. You know what I'm saying? This time, on a hard knockdown, I'm dashing up, but I already know on a hard knockdown, I'm going to be able to strike him first before he could grab me now. This is not a quick wake-up, a quick roll stand wake-up, that I can only grab him in that situation. Because in that specific situation, if I dash up, I can only get a grab. You know what I'm saying? And that's if he doesn't read that situation and super me, because he can super through that grab. So it's a very tricky situation. That's why when they have super, you shouldn't even try to do that. These are high-level tactics that a lot of beginner and intermediate players, they think they're masters and they think they understand the game, and they're not that good. And that's the difference between winning and losing at the highest level, is understanding that in that situation, when they quick rise, you can only get a grab. But if he has super, he can super my grab, and now I just lost 30%, 40%, depending on the situation. If it's Hugo against Akuma, and I try to dash up and do a grab, and he does level 1 super, I just lost 60, 70% of my health. So that's what I mean. At the highest level, it's the difference between winning and losing. You know what I'm saying? These are important things, because if on a hard knockdown, if I dash, I could do anything from a universal overhead into super. I could do a dash into crouching light kick into super. That's a particular situation where they're going to want to play defense first before they anticipate the grab. Obviously, if you see them dash forward and they have not committed to doing an attack right away, because you only are able to get that opportunity off right away, you should already anticipate grab, because they're not going to be able to dragon punch you before you do crouching light kick back to them. So this is the high level meta of Street Fighter that a lot of players are misunderstanding and not truly utilizing. Is like, there are situations like, this that exists in the game that are true knowledge. These are commandments of Street Fighter. Like, if you were to write commandments of Street Fighter, this would be part of it. These are the commandments of Street Fighter that a lot of high-level professional players, they do not teach you about. They do not explain these things to you because they want to keep winning at the highest level. I'm explaining it because I want someone to get good enough to beat me finally. Because I'm so tired of winning all the time. So, like, consider me like Oro in Street Fighter. Where, like, I'm training Ryu in hopes that finally someone will make me use my other arm in battle. Because I'm so good, I'm beating these guys one-handed. I'm so advanced and so much better that I'm wiping the floor with these guys one-armed. I'm only using one arm. I'm not even using my true potential. Because if I was using my true potential, you would never be able to beat me. You would never be able to win a round. If the developers didn't add what they did in games like Street Fighter V, you would never win a round on me, ever. You'd have no chance. If the game was correct and you actually had to be good and combo those situations, you would never be able to beat me. Ever. That's how much more advanced. You know what I'm saying? So, like, as a true fighting game fanatic, by the way, the developers of 2XKO, the League of Legends fighting game, I never played League of Legends. I've heard about it. That fighting game you guys are developing looks phenomenal. And I hope you allow early pre-order for that so I could easily get the beta available on PlayStation 5. And I hope you guys allow the beta to be playable until the game is actually released. Because that game, is like an orgasmic fighting game for me. You have no idea. That game looks incredible. The art style is beautiful. I feel like this is the kind of fighting game that I'm really going to love. And I really anticipate that. I see, fighting game fanatics on TikTok, they keep promoting it, and I really look forward to that. That looks so dope. I really look forward to that. I think that's going to be a new fighting game franchise that we're going to easily see this in the future, 10 years from now, 20 years from now, that people are really appreciating how good it is because it's already looking phenomenal. Like I said, these are the changes I would make. These are the changes I would make. I love what they're doing with Street Fighter 6. I feel like it's way easier to land those crouching light kick into crouching light kick, crouching light kick, crouching light kick super. I feel like give players 3 opportunities at that crouching light kick level. 3 is the right number there. Do not do 2. I know from experience that 2 is still pretty damn hard to do and capitalize on. This is what I also say to Mortal Kombat. I didn't like for example, I didn't like how back 1-4-1-1 with Scorpion was not special move cancelable after the second hit. I feel like it should be moved to the third hit. You know what I'm saying? In fact, I feel like you should be able to special move cancel it after the final hit. Let me capitalize on my offense. I'm right. Let me do my thing now. And if you don't agree with that as a developer, go suck a fat baby dick. Okay? I love Mortal Kombat 11. That's the best Mortal Kombat of all time, with the exception of Mortal Kombat Trilogy, which I thought was way funnier, especially when Sub-Zero put the ice on the ground and had his opponent slipping on ice. Whoa, 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 whoa. That was freaking awesome, dog. That was so awesome. That was the pinnacle. That was the funniest fighting game of all time, no doubt about it. And I also love the fighting game that you guys did with The Undertaker, the WrestleMania characters. I wish they would do a goofy WrestleMania fighting game. A 2v2, like, goofy. Like, it looks like they're still in the ring. You could probably even do some of those Um, Oh, another thing with that new WWE 2K24 that's coming out, I'm very excited for that. Actually, believe it or not, I've never really been big on wrestling games, with the exception of the one I mentioned earlier, the one with Razor Ramon and Doink the Clown and Yokozuna, the fat Japanese guys with the big titties. That he would sit on people and shit. Yeah, that was when wrestling for me was at its best. I mean, those guys, like, they obviously had a sense of humor. Those are the kind of big, strong guys that I like. Big, strong guys that still have a sense of humor. I can't stand those big, strong guys that think, like, they're, like, unstoppable big guys. Like, shut up, dude. You're a man just like everyone else. What was I going to say? What was I gonna say? When you do the signature move, and when you do the signature move correctly on offense in WWE 2K24, I wish it just automatically did a cinematic, the way it is in Ultra Street Fighter 4. I mean, in Street Fighter 4, you know, when you land the Ultra, if it hits, it does a unique animation that you and your opponent both have to watch until it finishes. Like, for The Undertaker, he could hold you up. If you land it correctly, The Undertaker holds you up with one arm in the air and just stares you down for a little bit. And just creepy and shit. And you're like, oh, shit, what the fuck? You know what I mean? And then he finally just one arm slams you and shit. Like, that's what I mean. Every kind of... Like, if it's the Ultimate Warrior, he lifts you up over his... on his back. And bench press you. You know what I'm talking about. What he did with Andre the Giant. Where he put him over his back, and then he kind of lifted him up and shit. Was that his signature move? I don't even know. It should be. He should lift every opponent over his head and lift him up with two arms and shit like he the shit. And like, you know, nod to the crowd like, yeah, yo, dog, look what I'm doing, dog. This is me. This is what I do. Like, I wish it had that. You know, I wish it had those signature moves, those cinematics play when you land it. I know they've always had signature moves in those games because I've played the older ones, but they never actually put, like, true cinematic signature move that, like, if you land it correctly, you have to watch their movie now, dog. Like, I think that would be the ultimate, like, wow, like, WWE 2K24. Hopefully I don't know if it's in the game now. I hope it is. If not, I hope they update it in the near future, maybe for the next one. Because there's a lot of wrestlers and a lot of animations. There's some wrestlers that don't even have a unique move. Even if it's that weird dude. Remember that dude, that white boy, that what was his name, yo? That he would do a little dance and shit with the bitches and shit, right? He would knock his dude out and he would start dancing on him. Some white boy with the skin tight pants. Who was that? You're telling me that even if he just does that, that's funny as hell. Like, I'm so happy you guys listened to me and added the Slapfest to WWE 2K24 because I saw a lot of people I saw a lot of people on TikTok, like, really giving props for that being in the game. And they're like, yo, they added Smackfest, that you could smack each other before the match and activate it, you know. And I was like, yeah, I told them to do that. And they actually listen. I really appreciate that, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, that means the world to me. You know what I'm saying? I know I'm happy to see that the fans really liked it. The reason I even brought it up is because you guys really came up with it. You know, you guys came up with it. I thought it was hilarious growing up as a kid to see two grown men, like, staring each other down, talking shit, and then one of them out of nowhere just smacks, and I'm like, oh! And then the other was like, what, nigga? Like, and then he smacks him back, and the other was like, oh! And then he's like, okay, you want another one, huh? Yo, that's funny as hell, though. Like, that's like, okay, you got that. And then they start, like, doing the, like, mercy grab. You know what I'm talking about? Where they were interlock their hands. You know what I'm talking about? Like, they would hold their palms together and interlock their fingers, and then like try to get the other guy on his knees by pushing like back on his hand, and he'd be like, no, and he'd feel on his knees like giving up. You remember that? The mercy grab. That's what I called it, the mercy grab. That shit was dope. Are you kidding me? Yo, like, please, WWE 2K24, because it has all the classic wrestlers, please, AJ Lee better be in the game. AJ Lee better be in the game. That bitch was dope. That little bitch goes hard. That little bitch goes hard. That little bitch did the spider grab. Yo, I wish she was doing the spider grab on my ass, yo. No, but yo, that shit is dope as hell. I'm not even joking around, dog. WWE 2K. I've never gotten into any casual wrestling fighting games like this before, but I'm very interested in this one. Hopefully they do add what I'm talking about in the near future for this particular version. If not, maybe for the next one. But I really look forward to this game. It's coming out soon. I think people are already playing it online. Maybe because they pre-ordered it, which is what I should do. But I am going to get it, though, for sure. No doubt about it. The game looks amazing. But like, I'll leave the video at that. That's my dream Street Fighter game that I'm trying to design here. I love the graphics of Tatsunoko vs. Capcom. In fact, I would prefer the graphics to be like that without legitimate shading. That way you could get way better frame rates. It doesn't have to be so detailed. I thought Street Fighter V was the best Street Fighter ever looked. Way better than Street Fighter 6 in my opinion. I thought Street Fighter V looked way better than Street Fighter 6. But in my honest opinion, I would rather it be simpler graphics like Tatsunoko vs. Capcom, just for the sake that we could get way better gameplay. So, hopefully maybe they do that 2v2 one. I don't know what the hell they're going to do. I'm just making suggestions for the company. Hopefully they listen to me. I think that would be a pretty fun fighting game with 2 versus 2, though, where it's like you could call the assist to do, Marvel-style fighting things and stuff. I think it would be pretty cool. But I'm going to end the video there. It's getting kind of late already. I hope you enjoyed it, man. That's developers. That's my dream Street Fighter game right there. Universal Overhead does crush counter. So does all the unique overheads. All the jumping attacks would also do crush and counter. Oh, also, for characters like Balrog, they need a legitimate cross-up. I'm tired of characters like Chun-Li and, like, having these weird, like, jumping light kick and Cammy having extremely difficult cross-ups that are very difficult to capitalize on. Like, Cammy's cross-up is like jumping light kick for no reason. Can we legitimately get every character to kind of have a way easier opportunity to capitalize off of cross-ups? Because I feel like characters like Chun-Li had like jumping light kick cross-up. Very difficult to capitalize on offense. Even on hit, extremely difficult to capitalize. I think they should change that and make it better. Balrog, I don't even think he even has a cross-up. That's unacceptable. He needs a cross-up. Every character needs a cross-up. Every character needs to be able to confuse their opponent on offense, and that's basically what cross-ups are. It's an opportunity to pressure your opponent and force them to play defense. Basically, if you guys don't know, that if someone does a cross-up correctly, they have to block it and they have to play defense. If you try to anti-air it, it's going to miss entirely. So these are commandments of Street Fighter that every player should know about. Because a good cross-up is actually also, safe jump timing. And if you guys, it's just exactly as it sounds, that when I jump in the air and land, even if you try to counter me with a super or a special move, EX, whatever, I'm going to be able to block it. So these are commandments of Street Fighter. You have to know when to actually implement these tactics in your game plan. You can't just be like, oh, I heard him say safe jump, so I'm going to safe jump. No, you have to understand when that's available. When is that going to be a possibility for me? You have to understand that to elevate your game and to evolve as a player. So like I said, like, I keep hoping, I want those changes for Street Fighter 6, man. I think those, Lily, for example. Lily is another prime example. Another prime example of a character that should not be able to get away with what she's getting away with. You know what I'm saying? It's just, you know what I'm saying? That's supposed to be anti-projectile anyway. I'm not gonna get too into it. If you guys know what I mean. So it's like, on block. Oh, Cammy, for example, her spinning back fist on block. That should be something that is easily countered on block. There's a lot of Cammy players that are not good. They're not good. And they're getting away with all this pressure and they should not be able to get away with that. on block, I should be able to do standing hard punch, uppercut with Ryu or Ken and get maximum damage there. I should be able to do standing hard punch into standing hard punch again, into standing medium punch, standing hard punch again, into Ken run, Ken's run, into uppercut, into level 3 super. On some more advanced shit. Just because I blocked their spinning back fist. Why do I say that? Because spinning back fist is designed so that Cammy has an anti-projectile move. That move is specifically supposed to only be anti-projectile. So if I do not throw a projectile and you use that move, you are a bad player. If the game was done correctly. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying that as that's part of what makes the game fun, and that's part of the strategy. I'm going to end the video there. I could go on and on. Hopefully you guys really understand why I'm saying this, because, at least, on block, you have to be able to counter these special moves way easier and way more damaging. Add all the recovery time you can. Add another second to it. Don't feel bad for these players. They deserve to lose. Do not feel bad for these players. I don't care if it's me winning or anyone else. I want the players that really put in the hard work and really deserve to win to win. I don't care if it's Valle. I don't care if it's me. I don't care if it's whoever the hell it is. Combo Fiend. I don't care who the hell it is. As long as they deserve to win, I'm happy. Like, I'm not going to sit here and deny that these new players that are winning in Street Fighter V and Street Fighter 6, they're the real deal. You know what I'm saying? They're the real deal. They're beating the best players in the world that know how to be very cheap at the game. So, I'm happy for them. You know what I'm saying? I'm happy for them. You know what I mean? I'm very happy for them. Like, I'm happy it's someone from my community that won the big money. I'm very happy for that. You know what I'm saying? It almost never is our people. You know what I'm saying? And I hate to segregate, because we're all human beings. I believe that. We're all the same, and we're all human beings. It don't matter where you're from. You know what I'm saying? But I'm happy that it was someone like that represents the same kind of thing that I do in a way. Like, I'm like, okay, that's cool, man. Like, I'm happy for them. I hope they do keep winning, with the exception of if I'm playing against them. I hope they always win unless they play against me. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to keep it like that. So I'll end the video there, man. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you appreciate it, man. I am a fighting game fanatic, and like I said, if a female was like, yo, to go out with me, you have to stop playing video games and stop playing fighting games, I would say no, then I don't want to be with you. That's how much I love playing fighting games. Like, it's part of what I am. It's part of who I am. Like, I like to compete. Especially in Gears of War. Like, I was big on Gears of War. I'm getting back into Gears of War, and I'm reclaiming my title in Gears of War as well. I'm letting you guys know I'm not playing around. When it comes to Gears of War, I'm a juggernaut. I'm a juggernaut when it comes to Gears of War. I am not playing around. I play to win. And I've beaten plenty of duos, 2-3 players versus me, and I've won victoriously. You know what I'm saying? With the game on the line. Plenty of matches have been won because of me. I was almost always the MVP of my team. 95% of the time, I was MVP. So all my friends are way better in Call of Duty and all this stuff, but when it came to Gears of War, they were not better. They may be better at sniping and catching headshots, but guess what? I was still getting MVP. I was still getting steamrolling. I was steamrolling every team I played against. Literally every game, I saw steamroller, MVP. It was just nonstop achievements every game. Steamroller, headshot. I'm like, okay, like, I know I'm dope. All right, but I'll leave it at that, man. I'm gonna end the game now. I'm gonna let you guys know when I get back into Gears, because I'm gonna start streaming Gears for sure. I'm waiting for them to re-release that new Gears. Hopefully they do a special edition console that's red instead of black with the Gears symbol in black. I would love to see that. I'm all for that. For sure. But hopefully they let me also, I'm still waiting for them to put KI on PlayStation 5, man. I'm really anticipating that. I'm getting that day one, for sure. I think, like, if they sell it for 20, it's going to fly off the shelf. I think they could reasonably go like anywhere from like 30, 40, and it's acceptable. considering it's the first time it's ever been on PlayStation. I think people are gonna be like, okay, we'll show love. You know what I mean? If it was like 60, even 60, I'd still support it because it's such a phenomenal game. But I just feel like because the game is so old and competitively speaking, it's not being played for large amounts of money anymore, even though it's such a fantastic game and I love it. I think the game has to be on PlayStation 5. The fact that KI is on Switch right now, Killer Instinct is on Switch right now, but it's not on PlayStation is unacceptable for me. It's unacceptable for me. You know what I'm saying? I really look forward to it though. I'll end the video there, man. I really appreciate it though, man. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it, man. If you guys don't believe me, man, you know what I'm saying? I take winning very seriously. I'm a sore loser. If you beat me in lag or online or whatever, it's most certainly probably because of the lag. But if you did beat me, I'm a sore loser. You'll hear me talking shit about you. You'll hear me saying you're whack. You don't deserve to win. You're corny. You're whack. If the game was right, you wouldn't ever beat me. You know it. I know it. Stop acting. Stop lying. You know what I'm saying? You're going to hear me say shit like that about it. If you want me to tell you how I really feel about your gameplay, try to catch me when I'm playing ranked. When I'm streaming playing ranked matches, you'll hear everything I have to say about your game plan. This dude's whack. Oh, he got lucky. He's corny. This dude's whack. You're going to hear me say all that. All right, so I'm going to end the video there, man. I hope you enjoyed it, though, man. I'll try once I get my new controller. I don't know exactly when I'm going to do that, but once I get it, I'm going to start streaming and playing ranked matches again. So I'll let you guys know. I'll keep you posted, though.